What's up, motherfoxers? Let's see if we can't get this tick cake taken care of. I have my doubts. I have my doubts. Everybody who's been watching a while, knows what's sitting in this car. Right over there is my 351. It's all been machined. It's 30 over, cam bearings. I got to get parts for it. I don't have the money right now. That's what eventually is going to go in here. So this is going to be a 393. But because I realized I didn't have the money for this, I had a block sitting in the shed for years. Decided to pull it out. There was rust in the cylinders. Was there pitting in there? It's debatable. Didn't look fantastic, but it runs. They call this the scratch and dent block. It's a 1980 block. Okay, so it's not a roller. So I bought some linked bar roller lifters. A friend of mine said try these. I paid $140 for them on eBay. And yeah, they tick. So it's kind of making me a little weary about it. So that's why I didn't put a lot of miles on it this year. But I found a thread on a Facebook group, Fox Body Facebook group, people complaining that they're $500 comp linked bar roller lifters. That's the problem with these linked bar roller lifters. It's a big conspiracy. I don't think they're worth the money that they, some of them are. What is it, Howard's cams? If you buy a set of them, they're like $1,200. But in that thread, this guy said they were ticking. He had bought, I think, comp. They're like $500 or something like that. And they're like, that's because they're cheap, somebody said. You're going to destroy your engine. And then this other guy goes, look, these are aftermarket. They're going to make noise. And people are like, you're wrong, blah, blah, blah. And then this dude threw a shade of wisdom on everybody, which made sense. He goes, if you think if you think it's destroying your engine when you change your oil, just look at it. If nothing's wrong with it, then, don't stress. If you don't see big chunks, I was like, that's true. That's true. I also do have aftermarket rockers in there, which, make noise. I just said, okay, well, that's probably the way it is. And when I did check the oil the first time, or when I changed the oil for the first time, there was nothing unusual in it. It just, your normal wear and tear look with the teeny tiny glitter from, the rings getting set in and everything. So I guess I was like, man, maybe that dude's right, So, and I had just brought this up again in my little group chat with my buddies. The heads that are on this engine, guys, it's bored 40 over. I had a crank. I was going to use new pistons until I found out the pistons that came with it were 40 over. So this is a 308. I cleaned up the pistons and rods and put new rings on it. And I custom fit the rings to each cylinder because, I didn't know where this engine, I don't know what they did to this block. It runs, okay? It's never meant to be a permanent engine. But as I'm talking to the group, these heads I got from my buddy Justin. You guys seen my buddy Justin on here. Here's a little note about these heads. They actually came off a 93 Cobra. They did. I mean, the same, they're GT40s, same as an Explorer or whatever, but the serial number, they actually came off a 93 Cobra. And Justin said, dude, you need shims on your rockers, because this is a pedestal mount, right? The other heads that I'm used to doing were studs, so these are a little bit new to me. And he said, you need shims on it. I'm like, I don't know. I just looked up what they said that, to tighten those rockers at, and it was a quarter turn after, zero lash, and then it should tighten to 20 foot-pounds. And all of them tighten to 20 foot-pounds with no shims. And he goes, yeah, but remember, I decked those heads at 15 thousandths, meaning they flattened them all out and took 15 thousandths off them. He goes, I put 20 thousandths shims on there, and tighten them to half a turn and then 20 foot-pounds. He goes, that's where your clicking's coming from. I was like, I don't know. I can give it a try. I don't know. That's all you can do. It's not like I tear anything apart. I'm just going to take the valve covers off. It's no massive intake of BS on there. I have my doubts about this whole thing, but I will go through the whole rigmarole. I got to go see if I even got the damn shims. I do got shims he gave me, but do I have 20,000 shims? All right, there you go. There's the 16 shims. These all must be the 20s he was talking about. This is a bag that I had that I put everything in. My Scorps came with an extra pedestal. So I was wondering what that is. These are some dowels, locators for heads I just threw in there. And then I think that's for a timing cover. But there you go. There's the 16. I thought maybe there was more in here, but those must all be 20s. So we'll go ahead and tear into this and put these on and half turn. 20 foot-pounds. And maybe we'll use my new torque wrench. I said I've been wanting one of these, you know. So my dad bought one of those for me for Christmas. That's the 1/2 inch. That thing, no joke, is over 2 feet long. He said that's all he could see. That's how they're making them now. I'm like, jeez. I said, try tight head bolts of that thing and hold the engine stand with your foot. But I don't know, maybe we'll try it if we could fit it underneath the hood. Alright, I got my spark plug wires out of the way. And we'll see what happens. Alright, there you go. Look at them big, beautiful scorpions. Okay, so I got these ones all the way up. The springs, anyway. I'll tell you what, these things are massive when you take them off and look at them. It's kind of funny, but we're going to put the shims in there, like so. I think that's where they go, right? They don't go on the bottom? I mean, they're ready to go in there. I don't know. We'll stick a couple of these in there, and yeah, we'll just put it together. Yeah, I mean, do you really want to watch me do this? I mean, you can go back on my channel and just watch me doing it before, so, but anyway, I'll bring you back when it's, I guess, some kind of form of entertainment or something, I don't know. Well, it's been a couple hours. You want to hear something funny? I put the shims in. I can't get 0 lash. I take the shims out. I get 0 lash and a 1/4 turn to 20 foot-pounds. Which I got my inch pounds out. It goes up to 256, which is 21 foot-pounds, something like that. So that one works. This one did click, by the way. Anyway, this isn't a wrench video, but so yeah. I'm completely confused. So I decide to go get this. Y'all know what this is? This is an adjustable push rod to check push rod length, you know? I adjusted that out to, these are 6 1/4, they're stock. I adjusted that out to like 6 5/16. For those of you who don't know measures, you know, tape measures and stuff. 6 5/16 is a 16th over a 1/4. But when I did that, exciting news. I got 0 lash and it clicked to 20 foot-pounds at 3/4 of a turn. So you know what that means. I found out later, that's the shim, there's the size. So those of you who don't know measurements, that is not 20 thousandths. That's substantially thicker, like double. Over double. And after a fun conversation with Justin, he said, something's not right. I said, really? I said, I just put the shims in you gave me. I only had 16 of them. And then I showed him the measurement. He goes, what? No, I had 20. Those aren't the shims. I go, those are the ones you gave me. They were still sitting in the channels. So he's like, interesting. So I said, I guess I should have measured the stupid shims before I went on to do this whole thing. That's on me. That's on me. So he was telling me he was gonna look. Oh, did he come beat me back with me? He was gonna look and see if he had the shims in his garage. See, I have 20,000s and 40,000s, but you shim up when you have more than 3/4 inch lash. Just thought of that. Your rockers need to be milled a little or a little longer push rod. So no shim and a touch longer push rod. We just talked about that, right? I figured that out. He's telling me you gotta shim it. And I said, no, the push rod needs to be longer. Now he's telling me, hey, your push rod needs to be longer. This is fun. Ah, you dirty little whore. Well, she's not so dirty anymore. I mean, really. I don't... Okay, everything went off the rails here. This isn't supposed to go out. I gotta just, think about what's going on here. Do I get longer push rods to have more shims to get a 1/4 more turn out of this? Or do I just tighten the way it is right now up to 20 foot-pounds and then just go an extra 1/4 turn? That's what I'm thinking. So am I wrong? He told me he had stock push rods, but he had a big cam in it. And he says, I bet you I did have, 6.36 long push rods. Because he said you have to mill something off your rockers and then shim 20. I was like, or I'm thinking as I'm reading this, I guess, or just get longer push rods. Like, I figured out, and he said, yeah, longer push rods. But if I do all this, is it going to stop the ticking? I doubt it. I think eBay got us on that one. This is so dumb. Oh, this is supposed to be simple. So, he's messaged me back. What do we do? I don't know. I don't understand what he's saying here. Anyway, I'll get back. We'll make something out of this.